Hello everyone, my name is Chaos in the Sky, and welcome to Digimon World 4. So this is going to be one of the next playthroughs on the channel. I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to be, because I can't remember how long this game is. A little bit of backstory before we start. I played Digimon World 4 a lot when I was younger. PlayStation 2 and GameCube were the first consoles I got. I had a Game Boy as well back then, but first consoles I got was PS2 first, then a GameCube shortly after, and I never actually owned Digimon World 4, unfortunately. I wish I still had a hard copy of it, but I rented it from a nearby movie store that also rented out games and stuff, back when that stuff used to be popular. We don't really see those anymore. I know the one in my town is shut down, but anyways, I rented this game a lot from there and played it a lot. Occasionally I would play it with friends, not very often though, but usually it was just me. This is a 4-player game, but obviously I'm doing this playthrough by myself. I don't have anyone in my immediate area that could record these videos with me. But anyways, Digimon World 4 is a little strange. It's not like your common Digimon game. You actually play as the Digimon, not as a tamer. You play as the Digimon, and you don't actually have a bunch of Digimon skills. You instead have actual weapons that you equip and use the weapons. And then you have magic attacks like ice, fire, etc., etc. I don't remember exactly what all there is. You'll see it as we play more, but it's basically like an RPG hack-and-slash kind of deal. It's kind of a mixture of the two because it's very, the combat is very hack-and-slash oriented, but it has a lot of RPG elements in the weapons and the armor and magic and etc., etc. But it's a fun game. I know it's not for everyone. I've seen that this game is kind of divided on people who liked it or not because it's a branch from the other Digimon World games before it. Digimon Worlds 1 through 3, I believe, were in a similar style to Digimon World Next Order, but this game is this game was very different from those. So it has some people who really enjoyed it and some people who don't. I enjoyed it somewhat because of nostalgia. But anyways, we're going to create a Digimon. You get to choose between Doraemon, Agumon, Vmon, and Gyomon, but we're going to be Doraemon because, as you may or may not know, he is my favorite Digimon of all time. Digivolutions do not happen very often in this game. They're also very weird in the way they work. I don't think you ever get to digivolve to a champion or an ultimate form. You either get to be one of the 4 rookies or you digivolve into a Mega Digimon. Also, another thing about this game is it is kind of interpreted from a Digimon movie that I believe only came out in Japan, or at least I've never seen a dub of it. I tried looking for one once, couldn't find one. I've watched the Japanese version, though, with subs. It was basically, the movie was, I'll give you a brief synopsis. This game doesn't exactly follow it, but it's kind of tied into it. That opening sequence that you saw at the start of this video, hopefully I didn't have to cut that out. I'm pretty sure I won't have to. That opening sequence is actually clips from the movie that this is interpreted of. It was a movie centered around Doraemon. Basically what happens is the digital world gets overloaded. There are too many Digimon. So Yggdrasil, who, if you don't know who Yggdrasil is, he's basically like the master computer that administers and creates the digital world and keeps it running smoothly and all that. Kind of like the, you know, god of the digital world, if you could say it like that. And he's basically, the Royal Knights work for Yggdrasil in most of the Royal Knights incarnations. Most times if you have the Royal Knights, their leader is Yggdrasil, or their master, whatever you want to call him. If you watch my Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth playthrough, you got to see Yggdrasil, or at least a part of Yggdrasil, because he was in that, I'm pretty sure. Basically what happens is digital world is overloading, so Yggdrasil creates a new digital world, and then, like, destroys the old one and a lot of Digimon, and only takes a select few Digimon to move them to the new digital world. And some of the Digimon who were not moved to the new digital world get this virus-type thing called the X-Antibody, which lets them go to the new digital world against Yggdrasil's will. So the Royal Knights, of which I think only 3 of them are left at that point, Gallantmon, Omnimon, and Magnamon are the only Royal Knights still alive at that point, they try to eliminate those X-Antibody Digimon, with Doraemon being one of them. And yeah, it's basically It's really weird. It's hard to describe. It was a strange movie, but I enjoyed it. I recommend watching it if you can find it. Our name is obviously going to be Solo. Going to assign this name. But anyways, let's log into the digital world. This is very different for Digimon games. This is actually one of the prime examples of the Digimon games not having like a solid theme that they follow, which has been a bit of a complaint for some people who play Digimon games and something that other people like. I like that the Digimon games can kind of spread out between different play styles a lot, but this was one of the more out there ones at the time. Anyways, these are Digi-Elves. Prepare to see them a lot because there are a lot of Digi-Elves in the entrance area. They used Digi-Elves instead of a bunch of random rookies and whatnot. But, hello! You must be new to the Digital Security Guard. I swear I can read, I promise. Otherwise known as the DSG. We are Digi-Elves. Our role is to support the DSG. It's a pleasure working with you. We'd love to throw you a welcome party, but an error occurred in this home server system a short while ago. Currently, the systems are under maintenance, so all functions other than the call keeper, save keeper, and bank keeper are down. The gate to the outside world is also closed, so you can't go to the other servers. To tell the truth, we've never experienced anything like this before, and I'm a little worried. But we have our DSG. I'm sure everything will be alright. Message from DSG. Message from DSG. All members who just logged in report to Commander Ophanimon immediately. Wow, you've been called already. You should find Commander Ophanimon in the commander room. Use the gate to the commander room to get there. Good luck. Alright, so as you can see, I have this sick katana in my hand. Doromon is there are 4 classes of weapons, I believe. There's, like, axes, katanas, long swords, and then I think the other one is dagger, maybe. And then there are also some other random ones. I know that there are dual pistols in the game that you can use for range. I know there are 2-armed weapons, but I don't really like the 2-armed or 2-handed. I don't like the 2-handed weapons very much from what I remember. I played this when I was really young, by the way. So, I was not very good at it because when I was young and first started video games, I was even worse than I am now, if you can believe that. So, this is a game that I have not played since I was a kid. Also, I'm playing it on a Dolphin emulator right now if you want to know how I'm playing it. But let's go to the commander room. I was really bad at this game when I was young. So, hopefully now that I'm older, I can do a little better. I know when I was younger, I, like, never changed weapons. I hardly ever used magic. A bunch of other stuff I didn't do that I should have done. I couldn't figure out how to Digivolve, so I never Digivolved. The way you Digivolve in this game is really weird. So, you know, you've got those 4 starters. Doromon, Agumon, Guillaumon, Vmon. They can Digivolve into one another. I think when you get to level 15, it's somewhere, it might be 16 actually. Somewhere level 15, 16, you can Digivolve Doromon. I think Doromon goes Vmon, Vmon goes Agumon, Agumon goes Guillaumon, Guillaumon goes Doromon. I might have that mixed up a little bit. But they can Digivolve into one another, and whenever you Digivolve into another Digimon, you go back to level 1. The way you get Mega Forms, because there are no champions or ultimates in the game that you can Digivolve into, to get Mega Forms, which a few off the top of my head I know are in the game is Hercules Kabuterimon is in the game, Clavis Angemon, Wargreymon X, Wergarurumon X, I think Susanomon might be in the game, Gallantmon Crimson Mode I know is in the game, Alphamon of course is in the game, I think Omnimon might be, I can't remember. But anyways, the way you get to them is you have to complete certain side quests, and you have to do these side quests in certain ways. It's really complicated, and we'll worry more about that later. I know some of the Digivolutions, or some of the side quests, rather, are only available in the post-game, but I think you can get some of them before the post-game, so we'll try and get some Digivolutions. We'll see how it goes. But let's see what this Digi-Elf has to tell us. So you're the new DSG members. Apparently, back when this game was made, they didn't have different lines of text. They just always assumed you were playing with more than one person. You'll be a great help. We're locked inside the server due to a system error. Not many DSG members are left here, so everyone was worried. Anyway, you're still new, you may have many questions. If you need help, ask the Digi-Elves on this floor first. They're familiar with the systems of this world, they'll surely give you useful advice. Also, you'll need to learn Digivolve techniques to Digivolve into other Digimon forms. Some Digivolve techniques can be acquired by raising your level, and others are given to you as a reward for accomplishing special quests. So, I suggest you take all special quests whenever possible. Got it. Oh, I almost forgot, Commander Ophanimon wanted to see you. The commander is in the last room along the hallway to your upper right. Be sure you behave in front of her, okay? It says him, but Ophanimon is definitely a woman. Well, then, you'd better go now. We're counting on you to protect the peace in the digital world. Alright, good talk, Digi-Elf. Good talk. I hate that I can't use the D-pad in this game. You have to use the joystick. When I was younger and played games like this, I always used the D-pad. It just feels more natural to me. But hey, let's talk to Ophanimon here. How's it going, Commander? So you have just joined the DSG. I've been waiting for you. Welcome to the DSG. I'm the commander, Ophanimon. DSG is a very important section that maintains the safety of all digital worlds. Let's fight together to maintain the peace of this world. I'm counting on you. I would like for you to carry out DSG tasks as soon as possible. But before that, I have a special mission for you. This mission, if you choose to accept it. Haha, how cliche was that? I'm sure you have already heard that the server is experiencing some difficulties. Actually, a while ago, we lost contact with another server called the Yamato server within the digital world. Immediately thereafter, a mysterious server area called Death Valley appeared. I didn't realize that Death Valley is apparently a recurring area when things go wrong in Digimon games, because in Digimon World Dawn and Dusk, Death Valley is the Digi area that suddenly appears when Exo Grimmon, or not Exo Grimmon, at the time it was just Grimmon, when the Chronovirus controlling Grimmon starts messing stuff up in the digital world. And it happens in this game as well. I didn't know that. Since then, the malfunction era has spread throughout the server. Chief Leomon and a team of Digi-Elves went to survey the area, but ever since they entered Death Valley, we lost contact with them. That's not good. We highly doubt that they forgot to contact us, and so we suspect foul play. Go to Death Valley and find out any kind of information regarding their whereabouts. If you find them, I would like for you to rescue them and bring them back. You're our only hope. We'll be counting on you. I am level 1. How am I going to save Chief Leomon? He's a chief. He's probably like level 15 at least. So, in this game, by the way, there are about, I think, 4 areas, maybe 5. There are only like 4 areas in the entire game, but there are sub-areas inside all of the areas. So, I don't know how long it'll take us to go through this game. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I never actually beat the game when I was younger. I got to like maybe the 4th area, and then I never finished the game, or something like that. But we're going back to the main lobby. We're going to go ahead and get out into the world, because I'm pretty sure it puts us through a tutorial first when we try and go to Death Valley, so I want to get that tutorial out of the way in the first video if I can. By the way you heal in this game, you either use items or you walk into this heal circle, and this heals you fully. Also, as you can see at the bottom left, we have our level, our character right there, obviously, and then our HP is the green, and our MP is the purple, because we do have magic that we can use. But let's head on to Death Valley and get this underway. One of the big things about this game that I remember the most is level grinding. You have to level grind a good bit because it's hard to keep experience up. It's even harder when you play multiplayer because you don't share experience between characters, but it takes a lot of EXP to level up. So I might do some grinding off screen here and there because definitely grinding is necessary sometimes. Before starting your adventure, let's practice the basic Digimon attacks. Press the A button to use weapon attacks, press X to jump, and press B to guard. I am horrible at guarding, which you probably know if you've watched me play basically any other video games. The damage by each weapon attack will vary depending on the weapon unit equipped. At the Digilab in the main lobby, you can equip weapons that you've obtained by defeating an enemy or have purchased. Okay, that's something that I didn't do a lot when I was younger, is I hardly ever tried to like mess around with weapons and stuff, but we're going to do that this game. It'll make it a lot easier on us. By defeating an enemy or have purchased. Pressing the X button, you can jump over small gaps or enemies in the stage. I'm not sure if there are invisible walls at all in this game, but I know there are some places where you can just fall off an edge and die. So there are some small parkour challenges here and there. We're going to have to be really careful with those. Guard yourself from enemy attacks by pressing the B button. Exercise caution because the guarded period is short. I suck at using the guard in this game, probably more so than any other game. Hopefully I've gotten better over the years of not playing the game. When guarding yourself, carefully monitor the enemy's attack in time pressing the B button. Double tap the... By the way, like I said, I'm playing this on a Dolphin emulator, so all of these controls are GameCube controls. Double tap the joystick, I guess that is, in the same direction while pressing B to perform a slam attack. The slam attack lets you push an enemy. It's a more useful technique when your Digimon is surrounded by enemies. Now let's practice basic skills I just explained to you. In the practice stage, your Digimon won't take any damage. You can practice your moves without worrying about HP. You can go to the next lesson once you've defeated all the enemies in the stage. Good luck. As you can see, we have a Goblimon to kill here. So wait, I just press forward twice, and then it does it, or I press the button. Wait a minute. I don't know how to do the slam attack. 7 and 8 damage, pretty sick. 3 EXP, thank you. I think we have, it takes a lot to get level ups. That's bits, by the way. That's the currency in Digimon games, as you may or may not know. I can't open up the start menu. Obviously, I can't right now because I'm in a cutscene, but I couldn't after I killed that Goblimon either. Excellent, you've mastered the basic skills. Remember to press each button by carefully monitoring an enemy's moves. Now I'm going to explain a difficult technique called the spiral attack. Spiral attack can be initiated by circling the joystick 360 degrees and then pressing A. The spiral attack lets you give damage to all the enemies surrounding your Digimon. It's important to turn the joystick carefully by observing the positions and moving directions of the enemy. Okay, let's practice the spiral attack against enemies. You can go to the next lesson once you've defeated them, yada yada. Hey, it's an Ogremon. Alright, so whoops, that's it. 360. I am not aiming. Oh my goodness, he hit me. What a hit. There we go. Spiral attack is pretty useful because it's easy to proc it. It's not very good in a wide open area like this. It's a lot better in closed quarters, but it's very useful because you can throw it out fast, so it can really come in handy. MP disc is nice. The discs in this game look like capsules, first of all, but they're called discs for some reason. They work in ordering numbers of, I think it's alpha, beta, and then maybe omega. I know there are 3 levels to the items that determine how useful they are. Like, Alpha is the lowest level, Beta is the next level up, and then I think it's Omega is the last level. I can't remember. It might be Gamma that's the last level, actually. I'm not sure. Excellent, you've mastered the spiral attack. Now let's practice MP techniques. To use MP techniques, you must press R to open the window, the MP technique window, yada yada. Use directional pad or the C-stick, which I don't have on this controller. This is like an Xbox-styled controller. To select the MP techniques you want to use, and then press A to execute it. You can master new MP techniques or increase your technique levels by improving the applicable skills. I used to never use MP when I was younger, and therefore I never leveled it up. That's not going to happen in this playthrough. We're going to try and use MP a good bit and level up our MP as a result. Our skills as a result. Each time you use an MP technique, you're given a chance to improve the applicable skill. The skill improves by 1 point at a time. It's not the greatest, but we'll make it work. If your Digimon does not have enough MP required by the selected MP technique, you can't use that technique. I don't remember how you restore MP in this game. I don't think you get MP back just from damaging enemies. I think the only way to get MP back is using MP discs, but I could be wrong. Now, let's practice using MP techniques against actual enemies. You can go to the next lesson once you've defeated all the enemies. Good luck. Hey, Numamon, how's it going? Petty Ice. That looks painful. Die. Easiest 3 experience points of my life, honestly. Thank you for the MP disc. As you can see, our MP was down for a second there, but now it's back to full. But yeah, purple gauge is MP, green gauge is HP. Excellent, you've mastered using MP techniques. Now let's practice the charge attack. Okay, so the charge attack is not as useful as the spiral attack, because the spiral attack you can throw out really easily just by turning in a circle. The charge attack takes a minute, and it's usually not that helpful in this game. Well, it's helpful for breaking open obstacles. It's not that helpful for combat. Press and hold the A button, and energy will start accumulating around your Digimon. After a while, the energy color will change from blue to yellow. Release the A when the energy is yellow to perform a charge attack. A charge attack lets the Digimon lunge forward. It's important to release the A button when the enemy is right in front of the Digimon. You can also break rocks or other obstacles in a stage with a single charge attack. Now let's practice a charge attack against enemies. Break the rocks and bushes in the stage to open the chest. After a short while, you'll enter the next lesson. Anyways, yeah, charge attack is really good for breaking stuff open like this. 18 bits, nice. Slowly gaining cash. But it is not... It takes too long to proc in combat, usually. I usually stick to the spiral attack for combat if I need to use something more than a normal attack. Excellent, you've mastered the charge attack. Now you've come to the final lesson. Defeat all the enemies in the stage by using the moves you've just learned. You'll have more fun playing the game once you've learned to combine these attacks. Also pay attention to gimmicks in the stage, such as opening doors and appearing bridges that will emerge once all enemies are defeated. Good luck. Got it. Alright, get this stupid Goblimon out of here first. Spin attack. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. That was horrible. Stupid breath attack from this Numamon. Get iced. The Petty Ice does home somewhat, as you can see. It didn't home very well there, but it does home. We are out of MP. Well, we're not out of MP, but we have too little MP to work with. There you go. Easy wins. There's another chest here as well. Thank you, Magical Bridge, for appearing. Much appreciated. Congratulations, you're very skilled. I pressed A too soon to read all of that. Cross the bridge to enter the gate circle. Got it. MP disc, very nice. I think, yes, L opens that. R is that. I don't know what that is. And then the second left trigger does nothing. Okay. Go to Death Valley. Once you move on to Death Valley, you cannot return to the practice stage. Is this okay? This is fine. To Death Valley we go.